Hey guys, DocStorm here with you again. So first of all guys, thank you very much. I finally reached over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you everyone for watching and subscribing and supporting this channel. I'll continue to push out some videos to help and share with you guys so that you guys can be more successful at this game. So today what I want to show you is the newfound legendaries that I have, the miner and the princess. So there is a fun deck that I call it that I like to try out. It's a fast cycle deck. So this is the deck here guys. Sometimes I switch out the minion with the spear goblins, and I'll show you two different replays, one with the spear goblin, one with the minion instead, and you tell me which one you like. As you guys know, I like decks with lower elixir costs. Some of you ask me why that is. Well, I'm going to tell you why. It's because sometimes when you start off the game, you can have a terrible hand. And if your deck consists of high elixir costing troops, it is very hard to kind of overcome that. One way to easily overcome this in these decks with lower elixir costs is like you have skeletons, goblins, where you can just play them so that you can cycle through the cards to the ones that you need. So I like that versatility with these low elixir cost troops, so that's why I like it. And another thing you might see is I play the elixir collector a lot in my decks, because why that is when your cards are underleveled and you're facing higher level opponents, you need to somehow gain an elixir advantage so that you can put essentially more troops down to counteract their troops. So in that case, either you defend very well with leftover troops, or like me, I do both, right? I defend and also have my elixir collector also boosting up my elixir advantage. So that's why I usually use the elixir collector. So without saying any more, let's get to one of the videos. One that I want to show you here is actually pretty crazy, okay? As you can see this deck here, so the one where I'm facing this player with all Chinese names, you'll see that they have the Wizard, Valkyrie, Dark Prince, Wizard, and Sparky now, and a Zap. So as you guys can see, all those troops pretty much do splash damage. How the heck do I win an opponent like that with goblins, spear goblins, and skeletons, for God's sakes? So here I'm going to show you, okay? So here in Legendary Arena, you'll find that a lot of times there are a lot of opponents higher level than you, like level 10 commons and things like that. It's because people that do pay in this game, they generally can afford to upgrade their troops a little bit higher, and thus boosting their commons up a little bit. So you do see higher level opponents in Legendary Arena a lot. So here, opponent revealed a giant deck. We both played the Elixir Collector to store Elixir Advantage. Now here I don't have a better play, so I just keep playing my my goblins and things like that, because it's better to play them than to just sit there with zero elixir gain. Now my opponent was very good with their Valkyrie placement. Right when I played that the miner, he put the Valkyrie, so my miner didn't actually damage the elixir collector as much. So now I'm a bit of a trouble. The Dark Prince is charging me, but guys, you know my strategy, how you split your troops. So that's what I did with the skeletons to counter a Dark Prince. How crazy is that, right? The second thing is, people don't realize, but the miner is a great tank. He's pretty much like a mini knight. So what you could do is use him as a mini tank when you need it to, just like what I did there. And then my main kill strategy for these hard-hitting splash damage targets is actually my miner. So luckily my deck again is a fast cycle deck, so I can always get back to my miner and use him. So once my miner is tanking, I can lay down the little troops to finish off their bigger troops. So here, because he played the Elixir Collector, I'm going for a rush here, and you'll see how strong the goblins are. Look at how much damage the goblins do. So guys, don't neglect goblins and spear goblins, because they can chip away at your tower really easily, okay? So keep it defended. So here again, nothing else better to do. I play the Elixir Collector because I need to gain back some Elixir advantage since my opponent has it. And here again, I split the skeletons to try and counter the wizard, which was not too bad. So again, here I send that miner off to that lane because I want to get that Elixir Collector. But again, good play by my opponent, but no worries because he has committed to that lane. I rushed that other lane immediately. So bam, I got that tower down. And then a lot is happening on this other side. I'm going to have a lot of trouble defending it, I know that. So here it's great to have the princess. The princess is great because it can shoot across the lane. So here again I use the miner. I was hoping to get a 3 crown, but at this state I knew that even if that's the case, I have to defend a little bit at this lane. So here I play the miner again as a tank. You'll see soon like that. And then again, I try to defend it with my weaker troops here. And it's great to counter Sparky at times, just like that. And again, here the giant is rolling over, so I do need to do something about it. So I send my mini P.E.K.K.A there to counter it. And then also again here, I try again to take out these remaining troops here. So again, my miner is up. I use him to defend against the wizard. So again, guys, a lot is happening in this game. It's very quick pace. So again, now I know that I need to rush him really badly, because the thing about his deck is it's a lot slower than mine. Mine is a quick deck. So here, my mini P.E.K.K.A is free. I knew that I have a good chance at winning, and bam, there we go. So that just sealed the deal there. So again, there's a lot happening in that game there. The thing with fast cycle decks is you have to play your cards pretty quickly, so you have to make quick decisions. So that's one of the downsides of playing a fast cycle deck, but it does pay off if you can multitask a little bit there. And also, as I said, it does negate the quality of your hand. Sometimes if you have terrible luck and you start off with all spells, the elixir collector, and another spell or whatever card, fast cycle decks help solve that problem up by a little bit, so it doesn't leave it all to chance. So that was one replay with the spear goblins. Here I want to show you another replay of a similar deck, but again here I run minions. I don't know if I should show you this one with a Royal Giant Miner and Princess. That one was pretty tricky, but let's show you this one here instead. This one, because we do see a lot of Hog Rider decks. Okay, so this is one way to beat Hog Rider decks. So let's start. So here my hand, mediocre. It does force me to go a little bit more offensive, which I don't really like sometimes. And because I sent that off, my opponent rushes me on the other side, so it was a good move by him. But again, skeletons, if it's left unchecked, they do quite a bit of damage, just like that. So I wasn't in too bad of a shape. The great thing about minions instead of spear goblins is this, right? Because now I can damage these splash units like the Valkyrie, Dark Prince, without those units countering my weaker units like my goblins and my spear goblins. So again, I tried to do the same with the miner and the goblin. Not as successful because only one goblin was alive, but again, it chipped away quite a bit of damage on that tower. And it's great to have the princess because like that, they counter these little troops quite easily. And here again, I didn't have a mini P.E.K.K.A up, so I had to use my skeletons to counter the Hog Rider, which was not too bad. So why I tried to rush with my mini P.E.K.K.A is this, because I want to play my mini P.E.K.K.A so that it's in sync with the Hog Rider that he has, if you guys know what I mean. Because now that next time his Hog Rider comes around, I will have my mini P.E.K.K.A ready in my rotation. Sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to plan ahead in your game so that you match your opponent's cycle once you learn what cards he has. Okay, so that's one of the advanced techniques here, is trying to match your opponent's cards, right? So I play the elixir collector, and it's great that he uses the rocket to counter it actually, because he actually loses out on one elixir. So in the back of my mind, it is very worth it for me to play the elixir collector, because every time I do that, my opponent's probably going to do that, and he's going to lose out in one elixir, and that will severely damage him later on. So again, I'm going for a push. I have my zap, which is great because I can zap and clear the path for my miner, but I didn't do too much damage as I wanted because the troops didn't get past because of the Valkyrie. But again, no problem. I defended the Valkyrie and the Hog Rider with my mini P.E.K.K.A. And again, I'm going for a push again with my miner. This time, some of my guys are getting through, but it was a little bit too late. But it still got a few damage off, so I'm still in good shape. So here again, he plays the Hog Rider. As I said, guys, my mini P.E.K.K.A is up because I cycled it to his rotation. The skeletons, why I put there is just to block the Hog Rider's path a little bit so it wouldn't be able to do 2 hits on me. So again here, I'm pushing with my miner. I have my zap ready, which is great. And I knew at this point the chances of winning is high here. As long as I keep pushing, right? And at 66 HP, I know that a princess and a zap can finish that off, so it shouldn't be a problem. So here my miner actually was able to cycle through and deal the final blow. So that was it. So guys, again, just to recap, some advantages and some disadvantages of playing the minion versus the spear goblins. I'll switch it to the spear goblins first. Spear goblins, you see the average elixir drop by 0.1. You're like, well, does that matter? Honestly, sometimes it does, okay? And why it is good to have that is essentially you can play your mini P.E.K.K.A, you can play your miner, you can play your princess more often, because you'll be able to cycle through your deck faster to reach those cards again. So that's one of the advantages of having your elixir cost low again. And now I'm going to switch it back to the minion. The minion is great because it is an aerial unit and I have a princess in my deck. So sometimes opponents will arrow my princess, leaving my minions usually unchecked. And so they don't have something to defend it, which is great for me. So it pairs well with my attacks and also for defense. And one other good thing about the minions is, again, if they have splash units like the Valkyrie or Dark Prince, minions effectively counter those, and minions can also be effective at countering Hog Riders, believe it or not. If you place it right in the front of the bridge where the Hog Rider reaches, and if they don't attack your minions can actually pretty much kill the Hog Rider without him getting a hit off, assuming they're equal level, right? So, and another thing good about minions versus spear goblins is minions are stronger because they don't die with one zap. Spear goblins, they don't survive as well. As you can see, my goblins, skeletons already don't survive well against the zap. So sometimes having a minion being a little bit more resistant against the zap helps. So guys, that's pretty much it for these two decks. Again, these were supposed to be my fun decks because I'm like, hey, you know what? I've got legendaries now, why not make them to good use? So I just kind of built this deck up pretty quickly to try out. But it's actually been working quite well even in Legendary Arena. So that's why I'm showing you this video there. And again guys, you guys filled up my clan pretty quickly, I have to say. Thank you very much guys for supporting my channel and actually finding me out in my clan and joining me while playing Clash. And I really appreciate it. So shout out to one of my earlier subscribers and friends and clan members like Lucky Number 7, Hawkeye, JSM the Man, a few of the people that quit the game, but still thanks again for keeping up with everything. And also another mention is JJ Hazy, Alphon Goose, and NH Nighthawk. Thank you everyone for supporting what I do here and also joining me playing Clash Royale. It's been great guys, and I hope to bring you guys with more and more replays, more and more tips and strategies with this game. So again guys, good luck. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like, subscribe, helps me out a lot, and clash on guys.